welcome to the program. I'm Femi Fagbemi. We begin here in Nigeria, where 15 senators of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, have defected to the opposition party, the People's Democratic Party. Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki announced their defection in a letter he read at plenary. The defectors include Barnabas Gemadi from Benue, Dino Melayi representing Kogi constituency, Shaba Lafiaji Kwara, Rafiu Ibrahim Kwara, Abdulaziz Nyako of Adamawa State, Monsurat Sumonu Oyo, Usman Nafada Gombe, and Suleiman Nkuyi Kaduna. The others are Ibrahim Dambaba from Sokoto, Ubale Shitu Jigawa, Isa Michel Bauchi, Suleiman Nasif Bauchi, Rabiu Kwankwaso Kanu, and Soji Akombi Oyo. The announcement comes after earlier reports that the residences of the Senate President Bukola Saraki and the Senate and Ike Ekweremadu were blocked by security operatives. The Senate later adjourned sitting until September the 25th. Shortly after the defection of 15 senators from the ruling APC to the opposition PDP, some excited House of Representatives members burst into jubilation as the news filtered in about the events on the Senate floor. The jubilation reached its peak after the Speaker of the House, Yakubu Dogara, arrived at the National Assembly to a rousing welcome among his colleagues. Shortly after settling down for the day's business, 33 members of the ruling APC in the House of Representatives also defected to the PDP. 4 other members of the APC moved to another party, the ADP. The announcement of the defections in the House led to a rowdy session in the House. Our correspondent, Linda Kibe, tells us more.
APC lawmakers are presently in a meeting, in a caucus meeting in the Senate, obviously to discuss the defection of the members. As it is, we're seeing quite a number of 14 now. There were actually 15, but one lawmaker, one senator, Senator Soji Akombi, has said that he still remains a member of the APC. So as of now, only 14 senators have defected from the APC to the PDP. So the APC lawmakers are in the meeting now, because with what has happened today in the Senate, the PDP has the majority of senators in the Senate at the moment. So, at that point, when after the party primary, we will now know what is really happening. If they can get tickets, they are moving from the APC to the PDP. So we'll have to see if they're able to get this ticket from the PDP. That is when we'll now know, that's when we really is the true picture of what is going to happen, because politics essentially is local, because decided here is decided in the state, in the local constituencies. This has been, in the works for over some time, and if you remember that the party, the APC, has been having meetings trying to appeal to its members, to its disgruntled members of the APC from defecting. Last week, 2 weeks ago, we saw the APC chairman, the new APC chairman, Adam Tashomale, hold meetings with lawmakers in both chambers, and we know that part of the meeting was trying to appeal to them not to leave the party. So this has been in the works. It's not surprising. This has been in the works for some time now.
For more on the defections in the Senate and House of Reps, we are being joined live on the program by a lawyer and African affairs analyst, Yinka Oyeniji. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Good evening, Ms. Fagbemi.
Now, what do you make of this development, 15 senators and 37 reps defecting from the APC?
It's very funny. It's a joke, right? Because we would say that we have majorly only 2 political parties in Nigeria. These are people who were formerly in the PDP, and when they needed to elect Buhari, they joined APC, and then shortly after that, towards the end of his tenure, they're moving back to the PDP. It's a joke. That's what it is.
So you don't think they are being sincere? You don't think maybe they had issues in the APC?
There's no sincerity here, all right? There's no sincerity at all, none whatsoever, all right? Because these 2 parties have never been based on any known ideologies, all right? At the point when they needed Buhari to win the elections at all costs, they only just came together and formed the APC. It wasn't based on any ideologies, all right? There's hardly any politician of repute today that has not cross-carpeted at one point or the other between PDP and APC. It's just in the name. It's the same set of people doing the same set of things, and maybe possibly fighting for selfish gains and personal interests. There's no way Nigerians are benefiting from what is happening right now.
Now, let's talk about the legality of these defections. How legal is what these senators and House of Rep members have done, and can it be challenged in court?
It's very legal, all right? We've had several court judgments this way and that way saying if you defect, you lose your seat. There are other times you necessarily don't lose your seats. Now, for whatever has happened, it's not the defection that's even the major issue. It's the fact that the plenary has been adjourned till 29th of September. That is after primaries would have been won and lost. Whoever goes to court is probably not going to hold any water again. The administration is winding down. Anyway, some of these people would come back already holding tickets from whatever party they join. So whatever if the court says that they should lose their seats, what does it matter? It's the end of the administration anyway. It's Nigerians who need to wake up and realize that this is not a fight between the legislature and the executive. This is about whether Nigerians want to determine that there should be a distinctive change with respect to leadership in government of this country.
Now, what effect is this defection likely to have on President Muhammadu Buhari's administration as it is now, and then his re-election bid?
I doubt whether it will hold any water at all. I'll tell you that for a fact. It's all about trying to grandstand. It's all about negotiations and all of that. One of the things that you think will come out of this is Saraki saying he's going to run for presidency. What if he doesn't run? What if he settles for somebody else who he thinks will challenge the president directly? I really don't think there's anything whatsoever that would happen. The only thing we should look out for and we should be afraid of is if the new majority decides to impeach the president. Then we may have a problem. Because if that motion is moved, that majority votes that the president should be impeached, then it becomes significant. Now, Buhari being elected out of office, Buhari being elected in 2019 would then take a huge hit. So it is what happens from then on, and I can predict in advance. Call me a prophet if you want. Right after this, you will find that appointments will be stalled. The Senate won't be confirming appointments any longer. Secondly, the reordering of the elections will go through. So it may just be that the first set of elections we will have will be the presidential elections. So it will rise and fall on that. Now, Buhari on his own still has some of his own apologists who would say, we'll help you weather this storm, but you have to compensate us somehow going into your second term. So what the Senate and House of Reps does on resumption is what we should prepare for. Many of those who have defected will pick up tickets. And so it doesn't matter whether you declare their seats vacant anymore. Is INEC ready to conduct by-elections anymore? Nobody has those funds. You can't recall anymore. It probably won't happen. But if they table a motion at the House to say the president should be impeached, then you will know that we are ready for a big battle.
So what advice do you have for the electorate with all this drama that is playing out?
Which is what it is. The electorate must begin to consider not re-electing recycled politicians. Dinomelaye leaves his seat or not is irrelevant. We have Gimade. Gimade is almost 80, if not over 80 years old. At least a quarter of those senators who have defected have held offices before 1999. Almost all of them, Kwakwanso, they've been governors at different times. Saraki himself has been in office since 1999 in one capacity or the other. So we should thank God that this is happening, hoping they will cross themselves out, and then new faces can emerge to take Nigeria to where we need to be.
New faces, untried and untested. How advisable is that?
Well, again, you can't say they are untried or untested in public governance because we really haven't had any good governance in Nigeria anyway. But they may have excelled in private sector where their integrity is obvious, where the fact that they are straight is obvious to be seen. There is nobody who is new. We should better discard those who have been tried and we find out that they are devils and then allow fresh faces. There's nothing to have learned from the political space in Nigeria. Absolutely nothing of relevance.
Lawyer and African Affairs Analyst Yinka Yenije, thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much for having me.